to the parenting Hunger Games. Nobody's prepared and everybody's insane.
One kid's sticky, one kid's driving.
Somehow we're all out here surviving.
Doc J's got coffee and emotional support. Coach C says, well,
This escalated quick.
from diapers to dating and all the mood swings.
Welcome to the parenting Hunger Games.
Welcome to This Might Get Awkward, episode 17 with Doc J and Coach C.
No sleep, no rules, just snacks, stress, and school drop-offs. Load money on my card.
All right, people. Welcome to episode 17. I know we say it every week, but can't believe we made it to episode 17. Fan-freaking-tastic. Today, we've got a special topic. There's a little bit of confusion there. It's called Parenting the Hunger Games of Modern Family Life. Now, you don't have to be a parent to join in. You just have to have seen kids, been around kids. If you've stolen kids, you might want to give them back. The authorities might be called. Or if they're really annoying, then, keep them if you really want to. But anywho, as long as you've been around kids, you know about kids, you've seen the crazy things that kids do in public and the lack there, and the parenting or lack thereof. That's what we're here to talk about today. Right, Doc J?
We are. And I mean, all of us once were kids. I mean, I think we all were. At least.
I don't remember that time. I don't think I ever was. I think I just, here I am. Grown adult. How much would that suck? If you went from child, like you're born and all of a sudden the next day you're shaving. And you're like, I'm an adult. This is great.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But we're here to talk about all the crazy things that that kids do or why certain things exist. I'm going to start with a little something. The holidays.
Ooh.
Let's start with the holidays.
Okay.
We all know about Elf on the Shelf, right? Or Snoop on a Stoop or any of the other iterations that they have. Does anybody else here think that is just psychological warfare and just one of the most cruel and awful things when it comes time for the holidays? And you don't even have to celebrate Christmas. I know a lot of people and a lot of friends that have an Elf on the Shelf just because their kids have heard about it from other people and they want one of their own. But does anybody else think that it's a little bit of psychological warfare? What do you think, Doc J? Do you does your household love the Elf on the Shelf, or are you like put an M80 up its butt and throw it outside and welcome 4th of July?
Okay, so I do enjoy Elf on the Shelf to a point.
Okay.
But it gets old quick. Gets old real quick because you're always trying to and I feel like when it first came out, like when Emily was like little, it wasn't as like intense. And then it started to get really intense and there was all these like Pinterest about all these things you could set up. And when we first started it, it was just the elf would move around the house. Like it wouldn't do things necessarily that were good or bad, and then all of a sudden I had to like have a good and a bad. So it was like, the angel and the devil.
So did you have two elves?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Two.
That explains a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ginger and peppermint.
Ginger and now which one was the bad one?
Ginger.
Okay. I was gonna say Ginger, but I didn't want to offend, anybody of the red hair persuasion.
Yeah.
But
her last
it
name
makes
is
sense.
Snowflake.
Snowflake. Should have been Hellflake. Ginger Hellflake.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I like, I think it was good when it was not as intensive. But there were some funny ones that we did, like the one time that the elves were wearing pieces of toast, like literal toast that had been toasted, and then there was a sign by them that said it's toasty in here. That was one of my favorites.
Yeah, I have a problem with Elf on a Shelf. Like you said, it started out pretty innocent. The elf would hide around and do things, do innocent stuff, and then it just got to be like a viral trend where you had to try and one up each other. I would get lazy. I would always forget to move it, and the kids would come down and be like, hey, Dad, where's the elf on the shelf? And I'm like, and I think, I'd have that in my head, but I'd be like, oh shit, I never moved it last night. I never moved it around. What am I going to do? And hopefully they don't notice. And then I'd have to sneak and be like, I don't know, go check upstairs, kids. And I go and grab it quick and figure out something to do. So I was probably one of the least creative people with the elf on a shelf, and would forget to move it all the time. And, it just, I don't know. It started out fun with, hey, let me see what I can do I want to try that. That looks fun. Or let me, duct tape it to the toilet or like do this or
Yeah.
put it on the fan. And then it just got to be like he hides in or she hides in common places and where the kids can find it. So this game can be over as quickly as possible because otherwise daddy's going to set Elf on a Shelf on fire.
Oh,
And
dear.
our Elf on the
Yeah.
Shelf was named Rainbow. The kids named her
Okay.
Rainbow. But hellish holiday tradition. Now, Jennifer mentioned Mensch on a Bench. Yes, if you've never heard of Mensch on a Bench, they also have a animated kind of version of it called La Calari. Also kind of an iteration, but I feel like people don't get as obnoxious with Mensch on a Bench. Jennifer,
Yeah.
maybe you can tell us the opposite, but I don't prescribe. I don't recommend Elf on a Shelf. All the clothing they have for it, pets and all that kind of crap, like holy marketing tool.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm off my soapbox or my
No, it's okay.
Anna Santa's chimney.
Speaking of that, not to get off of that topic, but we had growing up this Santa like plush kind of stuffed animal that made noise, like it was action motivated or like movement. Yeah, movement set it off. That thing drove me crazy, and we still have it, and I still punt it like across my parents' house whenever it's out in the foyer when I walk in their front door. But
Wow.
there's no
you,
off
Santa.
switch. There's no off switch.
Oh,
And
that's
a
awful.
long time ago, there was like a little plastic piece that you could like stick in to make it like shut off. But my
there was.
cousin stole it because he thought that, that would be funny. So yeah, toys with batteries should be legally required to have an off switch.
Well, and the great
That
part
is
is they never send you with batteries either.
No.
We're the idiots that buy the batteries to put in there because we're like, this will be fun. Let me let little Timmy hear how this sounds. And by the the end of the first night, you're like, is it murder if I just rip its head off? will little Timmy cry, stop believing in Santa Claus and getting Christmas and every other holiday? And will it scar him for life, or can I get rid of this thing?
For
Yeah,
sure.
you're right. That is awful. It's almost right up there with like pet toys that squeak.
Yeah.
But a little more annoying. So
no, I hear you. I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking about that Santa right now, and like that's the one thing I'm donating. Sorry, Mom.
you just want to punch something right now? That's what you're saying.
I just do. I just want to be like, ugh, I can hear
Jeff,
it.
come
now.
on up for a minute. Yeah, need to talk to you. Oh, God. Punch you in your little Santa
it's
balls.
fine.
No.
And as a parent, as an educator, I've been around a lot of kids. I have lots of, I was one of the older cousins, so I had lots of little cousins. Like,
Okay.
there's a lot of different kind of waves of things that we've all been through. But the one thing I don't understand, and maybe you can help us on this, the bruh. Why am I not Mom?
God.
Why am I bruh? Why?
Is
I'm
it bruh or bro?
Bruh? I don't know. But it's
Or
like,
both.
bro. Well, I think when they're annoyed, it's like, bro. And then like if they're like feeling good, like you get them a Starbucks, they're like, bruh.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is with that? Where did that come from?
It's pretty hard to say mom or dad. It's pretty hard to just call somebody by their name, I guess. So bruh is I guess more appropriate. Yeah, I don't know. Being around, I mean, we have teenagers, right? Being around teenagers, especially like with sports and everything else, or even just at like high school events or middle school events, just hearing the amount of times that bruh and bro are said.
Mm-hmm.
And the worst part is I've heard parents say it back.
Yeah.
to their kids, like, "What, bro? What are you doing?" I'm like, you're just pushing that forward. Like, what are we doing? I
Yeah.
mean, what's next? We grunt. Ugh, bruh, bruh. We don't even say like the full bruh or bro. But I don't know how that. I don't know when you were younger, Doc J, or anybody else
Yeah.
out there. Was that a thing? Did you call people bro or bruh or bra or, you know? I've heard people even
No,
say
I
bra.
don't. I know. I don't remember such things. I mean, we called people maybe sort of nicknames based off of their names or their last
Yeah,
names, but it was
makes sense.
individualized, right? Like
Hmm.
it was individualized. It wasn't just this universal brah.
Yeah, I see. I wonder if it's become a trend where now there's got to be somebody out there who is just so incredibly smart that they put their kid's middle name as either bra, bruh, or bro.
Yeah.
So it's like Nick Bracolosi. Like there's got to be somebody out there. I'd like to meet them because I like to slap them in their little faces. Um,
Yeah.
got a little comment from Jennifer. Jennifer said she had a kindergartner first meet me and say, "Hey, bruh." Now I have him in summer school. He's at least 6'7", faded mostly. Not a thing back then.
Ugh.
Yeah, Jennifer, I hate to tell you, 6'7" did not fade. It keeps rearing its ugly head. It's one of those
Yes,
like
it
I actually
does.
get PTSD whenever I have to mention like the number 6 or 7 in
Hmm.
front of any teenager. They're like, oh, you know, I think it was the other day around the baseball team or something. I mentioned the 6 for something, and they're like, oh, say the other part, say the other part, and I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. They're like,
Yeah.
no, the other part. Like, really, 6, 7?
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I don't get it. But yeah, I feel your pain. Kindergartners from kindergarten on up, bro, bruh, never goes away. And the worst part is the younger kids hear it from the older kids,
They do.
and they
And
just
they,
catch on
yeah,
like wildfire. And then it's
they
just
do.
we're living in the land of the bruh.
Yeah. I feel like though maybe, you and I, we're kind of like past some of those like Riz and what were some of those other things like a year or two ago. I feel like that's kind of
Ooh,
like smoothed out for some of our just because they're
yeah.
older, but I'm sure the younger ones, if anybody's listening, have new lingo. But it sounds like everybody is bruh, bro, and uh, yeah, I didn't work this hard to be called mom, to be called bro.
I know it's really hard,
It's
you
really
know.
hard.
And mom actually has less letters, so
Right,
just
and
make
it's
it
like,
easy. It's
mom,
right.
dad. Even if it was like ma,
Yeah,
I
or
don't
just
know. Mm,
hey,
mm,
yeah, I guess.
M.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I empathize with that.
Okay, so this kind of came to my head because we had some listeners send in stories about
Yeah.
taking kids to stores or being in stores that kids are in.
Ooh.
And just preface, because I know we have some listeners that have come on. We love kids. We're not bashing them. We're just talking about, you know, the parenting aspect,
All
watching them
lies.
grow up in society and our reflections on it. But um one of the things that a person had sent in was, and I thought this was pretty funny because it it was about a 4-year-old, and there was this listener shared that they were buying special that the mom was buying special juice because she was sad and had been crying, and it was wine. And she told the cashier that, and the cashier laughed so hard that she had to call for backup because she just couldn't finish the transaction. Now, I mean, that's kind of slightly adorable, and
Special juice.
special juice because she was sad and crying.
Yeah, little did she know mommy has a problem.
For real. Um,
That's when you
yeah,
ask the kid, does mommy cry a lot? And when she drinks the special juice, is she in her closet? Like, what's where does the special juice time take place? One, where's
oh,
my invite? Two, Marjorie, get out of the get out of the closet. It'll be okay.
I know, I
That's
know.
pretty
I
funny. Special
I was
juice.
I ran to a store today and there was a probably 2, 3-year-old having a meltdown on the sidewalk outside of a store. And it brought me a flashback to, I think Emily was younger, 5, 6, maybe even younger. And we were in Five Below, and she like had her eyes set on, how they have all the stuff at the checkout part.
Right.
And she like all of a sudden just wanted some random, I don't even know, it
Hmm.
was like piece of plastic. And I told her no, like we were checking out, and she immediately had the biggest meltdown ever. And I just left her
Wow.
on the floor. I walked out of the store. So like, I think about those things and how sometimes shopping with kids can be really funny, but it can also be really hard.
Yeah.
It can really, it can really be hard.
Now, are we talking about younger kids, Doc J? Or are we talking about older kids? Talking about kids in general?
I mean, kids in general. Yeah.
Okay.
I just was thinking
Yeah.
about that because the 4-year-old said something funny. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I see that all the time. I see actually the other day I was in the store and I was shopping. It was at Target, and I was just getting up toward the line, and I heard this kid just screaming from the car, "I want a toy! I want a toy!" And I could see like the dad's face was just like, "What do I do? What do I do?" And I was like, I looked at him. I go, "Don't buy the toy.
Mhm.
Don't buy the toy because you're setting a precedent for every other time." And then I was like, "Do you want me to go get you some of the like the large like storage Tupperware?" He's like, "For what?" I'm like, "For your kid."
Oh,
I'm like, I'm like,
God.
just like you pack the Christmas decorations away, you can pack the kid away too.
Oh my God.
Yeah. See, I feel like so it's kind of the opposite. Like as my kids have gotten older,
Yeah.
my mission in life when I take them shopping is to embarrass the crap out of them. Doc
How's
J,
that going?
um, it goes well until they start playing along, and then it's like, okay, like how do I ratchet it up a notch?
Uh,
So you know me,
yeah.
I have a little fart squeeze that can we bring Peist around as a special guest? Probably not by state law. But anyway, I've got a little like handheld fart squeeze thing that I use.
Mhm.
You've all seen it. You've all seen me carry. You've all told me to stop a lot of times when I'm
You
around because I
didn't.
just can't help it. I'm like it's wrist exercises. But I'll go in the store and I'll just like put it under my arm and walk and just do it. And especially as they get to be teenagers, and now there's like for my son, there's girls around. For my daughter, there's boys around, and whatever. And I make sure to do it around those types of crowds because then they're like, "Dad, would you stop?" But then they start playing along and they start doing the, "Dad, I think it's time to get you back to the home."
Oh, no.
Yeah, Colton actually said that. I think it was in Target, maybe I don't know, maybe like a month or so ago. He goes, "Dad, I think it's time to get you back to the home." So I ratcheted it up a little bit, and
Uh-oh,
I
uh-oh.
said, I go, okay, Colton, okay, that sounds good. Is this where I take off my pants?" And he's
What?
like, yeah, the look of horror on his face was just like, "What? What did you just say?" I go, "Is this where I take off my pants?" And then I like started pulling my shirt up a little bit. He's like, "Dad, put your shirt down." I'm like,
Oh
"Okay."
my
I'm like, "You want to play
God.
along?" I'm like, I will win this battle." But I feel like the shopping experience with my kids has gotten better as I've gotten older.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's pretty
For me,
funny.
at least.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
where
better
did
for
he
me.
drop you off after that?
Yeah, right. Well, thankfully I drove that day because
Okay,
if he
good.
had his way, he probably would have just thrown me out of his car and been like, "Yeah, see you at home, Dad. Good luck getting home," or he'd drop me off at the home or something. I don't even know where he would drop me off. Um, See, I feel like my daughter would be self-sufficient and be able to find her way out of a paper bag. But if my son dropped me off somewhere, he'd probably come back and pick me up because he'd be like, "Dad, I don't know how to do this. Dad, I don't know where to go
Oh,
for here." Not in a bad way. He just, he's so focused on the phone that he'd forget how to do everything. So,
for sure. Yeah.
but yeah, so that's what we do at the stores. It's a
That's
lot of
good.
fun. It's good
That's a lot
times.
of fun. Shopping with the two girls, it can go really well and it can go really bad. And it
Yeah.
all depends on if they find things they like, if
Oh yeah.
things are fitting well, and it can become a stressful event.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, shopping right now with teenagers, not teenage girls, I'm
Yeah.
like, go in the store by yourself, figure it out.
Well, and when it all
I don't want to
fits,
be there.
when it all fits, it's
Yeah,
fantastic, right? They're like, "Oh, I found this. I love it. It's
yeah.
so great." And you're like, "Oh,
Hmm.
thank God." But when
Yep.
it doesn't fit right, or it's not the right
Hmm.
size, or they don't have the right
Ugh.
color, oh, you would think that life is ending as you know
Ending,
it.
seriously, like
Oh,
it can change the entire mood, right?
yeah, it's awful.
Entire mood. It is awful.
Yeah, it's like it's just and you have that conversation of it's just a top. Well, but I like it. Okay, do you want me to call the manufacturer and tell them to make one in your size, or hey, can you do me a favor and ship one over to Target? And I'm like, you realize there's thousands of Targets. We could probably look at another location. Oh, can we? Can we go today? No.
No.
Well, we can put it
Yep.
on order. We can go pick it up another time. Well, but I want it today. Cool. And I want $1 million today. But that's not
Yeah.
happening. You never
No.
know.
But I mean, I think yes, shopping it evolves over time and it ebbs and flows. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what my favorite, but I think being with younger kids in stores can be, there's a 50-50 chance of a meltdown. And some of our tactics that we use now on teenagers don't work on toddlers. So
True. Very true.
true. I mean, if you pulled your pants down in a store, then the toddler would also do it. Or,
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, let's be real. I wouldn't do that because I don't want to be arrested.
well,
But it's
hopefully, yeah.
I
In
mean,
theory, yeah.
it's a threat that used to work, or not a threat, but just a funny thing that used to I chuckle, and they'd be like, "No, Dad, don't." And now it's just let's take you to the home and forget about you. And I'm like, that's really sad.
Oh, he's not the one
Just-
I thought would say that.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, he's got my sense of humor. So
Oh, geez. What about like the school years? And I know we have a lot of listeners on here. There's two things in the school years that I am so glad to be out of the elementary years. Even though, some of it was fun, but school projects and Spirit Week. No. School projects are a frickin' scam.
Yep. Well, because they know for damn sure that the kid's not going to be able to do it all by themselves. When they give put these 5 things together and do this and make a book cover and make it look pretty and then put a back caption, and you're just like, okay.
Make a solar system out of things you can find in your house.
Right.
Where did all my light bulbs go?
Yeah.
They're planets now.
Yeah. It's Daddy, why are you crying? Because I brought home another project. Like, no, Daddy hates your teacher. Oh. Yeah, that is absolutely awful. Plus the fact of if you don't have the supplies at home to do it, now you got to go out and spend like $70 to get all the supplies for a freaking poster board that they bring in. And then they bring it home the next day and they're like, "Oh, Dad, I got an A." And it's all like shredded up and stuff. And you're like, cool.
Or the dioramas that you had to make out of shoe boxes and
Yeah, I had to make, I remember for, I think it was Colton. I think I had to, out of shoe boxes and a lot of other stuff, I made the Fox River Grove police station.
What? Wow.
Yeah. So
that's
and he
impressive.
had, and he went in, he took pictures of everything and everything. I was like, "Dad, we got to do this, we got to do that." Well, needless to say, there's holding cells, there's all kinds of offices and stuff, and I'm like, you couldn't have gotten like the library or something. You had to get the police station where this is the captain's office, this is this. So I mean, the thing ended up being pretty massive.
Oh my
But
God.
the
What
amount
did
of
you
like
build it out of?
out of shoe boxes.
Okay.
A bunch of shoe boxes. I duct taped them together. I cut with an X-Acto knife windows and holding cells and colored and labeled and stuff. I'm like, I was pretty proud of myself. I did a pretty fine job. I would have given myself an A too, but like the amount of time that I spent on this thing.
Yeah.
I mean
You were
that
invested.
Colton spent on it, right? But
Right. Uh-huh.
yeah, it is such an evil trick because you're like, oh, cool, they're learning about this, they're doing a project, and then it's like, okay, great, I'm back in school and I'm doing a project. Just awful. What about you?
It is.
What's the last school project that you were involved in?
I feel like it was some kind of Sahara Desert diorama, whatever, in a shoebox, and there were like plastic animals, and you had to build like the different climates, or I don't even know, but it was a lot of work. And another one was with penguins, and there was a whole battle about whether or not we could use they wanted to use real snow, and I was like, well, it's gonna melt, and plus it's like not snowing.
That's gonna be kind of tough.
We can use like stuff, like fiber stuffing from a pillow kind of a thing. But that wasn't good enough, and there was a meltdown about failing because it wasn't real snow. And penguins wouldn't survive. So, I those kind of literal things, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm happy to, and I'm sorry for those of you watching this that have elementary age kids and you're going through school project HE double hockey sticks. But it gets better. It gets better.
And if you're one of
And
those people that loves the projects, we will put a number at the end that you can call for some help, because there's no
yeah.
reason in the world why you should like those projects whatsoever.
But the other thing, no, the other thing that I don't miss is the spirit days or like the color days,
Oh,
and I get it, like they do that in the high school, but in elementary school, when you have, a 7-year-old who just happens to remember at 8 o'clock at night,
mhm.
I need to wear all red tomorrow. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay. And this kid always refuses to wear red, so they have no red in their wardrobe. And now you're trying to figure it out, and you're like, okay, wear this, wear that, and you're just like, I'm just gonna wrap you in a sheet. Like, I don't know what to do. Yeah, spirit
Like,
days. Like, why do they have to change all the time? And just like give a heads up, give like a year calendar. Like, this is when you have to dress your kid like this. Don't just give it the day before. Come on.
well, I think they have cameras implanted in all the kids' wardrobes to look and see what they don't have.
Yeah.
And then they're like, all right,
Yes.
tomorrow is dressed like a Minion Day.
Yes.
And then you get the, Dad, I need a Minion shirt, or I need a Sesame Street shirt. And you're like, but you don't have one. Can we go to the store? And it's like, really?
Like,
Do we
do
have to
these
do that?
teachers have stock in Disney? Like, what?
Well, but the funny thing is too, like you have some spirit days, but then
Yeah.
there's like days they should just call them like the super lazy spirit days, because it's just like pajamas. Oh, pajamas
Mhm.
tomorrow. Oh, Dad, we get to wear pajamas. I'm like, you've worn pajamas 3 days in a row. Like, are they like? Even though it pisses me off, to like you were saying, when they don't have it, you got to go out and buy it.
Mhm.
I still get frustrated when they're like pajama day, pajama day, pajama day. I'm like, do they not have enough creativity to think of a theme day? Or they do like dress like Adam Sandler day, and you're like, how do you do that? One, Adam Sandler's not appropriate for most part. Two, like, what do you dress? And they all dress the same. It's so freaking weird. But it is. It's always the night before, 8
Yeah.
p.m. or the morning of. Can we stop at Walmart on the way?
Yes.
What for?
Yes.
What? I need to get a yellow shirt. Okay. And what are you gonna
Yeah.
do? Do you say no to your kids? Be like, nope, sorry, you're gonna have to suffer. You can wear what you got on, or do you want them to be included?
Right.
And you don't want them to feel bad about themselves or anything like that. So you're like, fine, we'll stop at Walmart. Oh, goody, the t-shirt's only $75. That
Yeah.
sounds great. I can't wait for you to wear this once, and then it'll end up on your floor in the garbage.
Yep. Yep. I don't wear yellow. No, those are two things that I don't miss. I'm not gonna miss.
That's pretty awful.
No.
Pretty
Yeah.
awful. I have a listener story for you.
Okay, what? Tell us.
While we're on the subject, I'm gonna go back to Target. So one of the listeners sent in a little bit of story, and this is from the actual parent's perspective, at least I'm assuming. So we're
Yeah.
standing in line at Target. Everything's calm.
Okay.
Then my daughter randomly points at a man and goes, "Mommy, that man is really fat." So the entire store goes silent. It's like time stopped. Looked around, immediately considered entering witness protection program,
Oh.
considered just running out the door. But she says that she tried to redirect, but it was too late. Now her daughter was asking follow-up questions. Mommy, why is that man so fat?
Oh my
Does he
God.
eat a lot? Is he going to eat all that food in his cart at full volume?
No.
Yeah, and basically like she's talking into a microphone and yelling it across the store for everybody to hear. Now, as a follow-up, she said the man just kind of politely looked and smiled, and I'm sure it's probably not the first time people have heard that, but like when they say kids say the darndest things, oh
Mhm.
my, have you ever seen that in a store? Have you ever heard like a kid when you've been in a store, or it could be anywhere,
Gosh.
make comments like that where you're just like, even if it's not your kid, you're still appalled. You're like, wow, did you just really say that?
Yeah, I'm sure I have. I can't think of it right off the top of my head right now, but yeah, I'm sure. And that's the innocence, right? Like kids don't,
Oh yeah.
there's an age frame where they don't really understand that piece no matter what you've taught them. I think, yeah, there's some things that can be said that you're just like,
Yeah.
did you just hear what your kid said?
Yeah. Did you just say that? Yeah, my daughter said that once when she was very, very little. Not something to that degree, but she had said we were in line and she's like, Dad, that woman's huge. And I was like, okay, yeah, like some of us are just big boned or whatever the case
Yeah,
is. Like, it happens. We do this. Well, but you're not that huge. Like, okay, conversation's done. We can resume the conversation in the car,
right,
which she did. She had asked me why she was. I'm like, I couldn't tell you. I don't know her. Maybe she has a medical condition. Maybe something's going on, or maybe you just don't know the difference between huge and like normal. Maybe it's
right,
just like your
right.
perception of it. And she's like, perception. I'm like, oh geez,
You're
we're
like,
going down this rabbit hole. But yeah, I've been the parent participant in that, to be the one to be like, oh my god, I
yeah.
hope this lady leaves very quickly, and I just want to get the heck out of the store. Just awful.
Oh, yeah, that is awful. Yeah. One thing that I do miss is bedtime, like just the whole routine of it.
Oh, not your bedtime. You're talking about kids'
Yeah, I
bedtime.
miss my
Okay.
bedtime.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah. Good night, Doc Jay. Good to see you again.
No, just that request for one more hug and
Yeah.
then one more sip of water
Yeah.
and
One more story.
one more question, one more story. And there's lots of negotiation going on and bedtimes now, like, 2 hours have gone by, but
Yep.
there's pieces of that I kind of miss, and like the feety pajamas
Oh
and
yeah.
just that snuggle time of reading stories. Like I
Yeah.
do miss that. I mean, there's days where I wanted to be like, get to bed now, but
Yeah.
I
No more
miss that
hugs.
part. I mean, those of you out there with little ones, like, savor it. It ends. I mean,
Oh
your
yeah.
teenagers think you're kind of weird if you try to like read them a bedtime story. They're like, "What are you doing? I'm on a call."
Right. Yeah. Read a
Yeah.
bedtime story. No, not today, Dad. Yeah. But they still, I don't know, but as they get older, they still give hugs.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're still into the whole hug thing. The only thing that happened is they've gotten bigger and heavier, and it's like
Yeah.
I get to the point where I'm just like, all right, get off me. Like, this is fun. I love you. But
Yeah.
yeah, I miss
Yeah.
the I miss the what I miss is the goofy times of that stuff.
Yes.
Giggling,
Yes.
giggling in bed, goofy, tickle fights, just the crazy laughter to where,
Hmm.
now as they're teenagers, it's just a good night, Dad. And
Right.
then you hear them on the
Bro.
phone. Yeah, good night, bro. I'm like,
Good
good
night,
night,
bro.
bro. Yeah, right. But I just, it's that innocence of the, like you
Hmm.
said, staying here or like falling asleep in bed, with them waking up and being like,
Yeah.
oh, gotta sneak out of the room where they're still asleep.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, it's
No,
such a different time, but you're right, it goes so quick, right?
it goes quick. So those of you out there that have little ones or whatnot, goes quick. Savor it
Yes,
and
enjoy the time.
enjoy the time. I'm gonna get a little teary. Not really. Um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I let's go back to stores. I
Ooh,
feel like there's
all right,
more stores that
let's
we could
go
talk
to the
about.
store.
Have
Let's
you
do this.
have you ever, you know, either your own or other kids, like they like really want a particular food or something, like maybe they saw a commercial for it, maybe they saw it in someone
Hmm.
else's cart, and for the life of you you're like, you're never going to eat that. Like it could be like a can of olives and you're like, what? Like
Yeah.
this is not something you like, and they're just insistent that you have to get that because they have to have it. Have you ever had that?
Oh yeah. Every time I clean out my fridge and I
Yeah.
throw stuff away or the pantry,
Yeah.
I make sure to do it when the kids are around, so I can go, hey, remember when you're gonna eat this? Yeah. Now we're throwing it out, and it's a full jar of this or a full jar of that, and it bugs the crap out of it. There's two things that bug the crap out of me shopping with kids. One is hey, kids, make sure you get snacks and stuff like that you want to eat. Pick out whichever you want, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, well, I don't know. And then they don't pick out shit. The other one
Yeah.
is when they pick out stuff and they're like, oh, this looks so good. I can't wait to have it. And then, like you said, you find it months later and you're like, hey, thought you're going to eat this. Yeah, I don't want that. Okay, well,
Yes.
let me show you the tree out back. The tree out back is bare. There's no more money on it.
Right.
So now we're going to eat rice cakes with our food stamps. Like, it's nothing drives me more crazy when you just know that they're not going to eat it. You know they're not going to enjoy it. But I just want to try it. Okay, well maybe have one of your friends buy it and try it over there.
We'll have a
Daddy
try
some
it
money,
party.
right?
No,
We'll
that
call it
happens
tasty.
a lot. Yeah. That happens a lot over here where, all of a sudden people are like, oh, strawberries, I want strawberries. And so I get strawberries and then I get strawberries again. And then they get to rot in the fridge. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
why didn't anyone eat the strawberries? Well, we're just not into them anymore. What? Okay. Like, then I'm not buying anything anymore.
Yeah, I had that like a week ago. My son bought
Oh, yeah.
strawberries because I have a dehydrator and we usually dehydrate them and stuff. And it takes like 10 hours to do. But I had these strawberries, big pack of strawberries in the fridge. Just noticed the other day that they were all wilted and all crappy. And I told my son, I go, hey, I thought you were going to eat these. I thought you were going to do this. No, they weren't very good. Okay. Well, and I pulled out the whole starving kid, cure starving
Oh,
kids in Ethiopia that would
yeah.
love to have strawberries and blah, blah, blah. And of course, he was like, they never survived the trip. I'm like, well, besides that, shut up, kid.
Okay, lawyer.
Yeah, Operation Dumbo Drop. Like, I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, but in the future, like, I don't care if it's not good. You make something out of it, put a little sugar, put a little honey on there, do something to make it better because I hate throwing away food. It's a freaking passion of mine, or I guess problem of mine, or pet peeve. To where it's
Yeah.
like, you said you're going to eat it, but I didn't like it. Okay, well, you said you wanted it.
Yeah.
That's just awful. Absolutely
Yeah.
disgusting. What about food? Speaking of on the food theme of things,
Yeah.
do your teenagers eat everything in sight? Eat stuff that you want, or eat stuff that like maybe one buys it, loves this type of ice cream sandwich, or whatever the case is, and then the other one eats all of it, and then they get in arguments about, hey, did you eat all the?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, bro.
All the time. Why'd you eat all of them? Why'd you eat the whole box? Where are the popsicles? Where's
Right.
this? Where's that? Like, yeah,
Oh.
it's a constant, I feel like, for sure.
Yeah, every week there's an argument about it, and I have to step in and be like, guys, we can buy more. It's okay.
Mm-hmm. But the one thing they need to say is, we're out of it. Like,
yeah, huge.
don't
right?
just leave the empty box in the freezer or in the cupboard, whatever. Hey, I ate all of this, so we should get more.
Right.
No.
Hey, Dad, we're out of this. Hey, we're out of this.
Mm-hmm.
They never do that, right?
No.
But it
I
goes
mean,
along hand. I mean,
yeah.
yeah, they'll never tell you that you're out of. Oh, sorry, I ate that, or hey, hope you didn't want that, but I ate all of it. It's like you go in looking for something. Like I know there's times where I brought back food or had leftovers, and I go in the fridge that next day, and I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to eat that. I saved that, only to find out that it's been eaten, and I see the container in the fridge or in the sink, and I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, did you happen to eat the? Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't know that you still wanted it. Well, if I saved it, if I put it in the fridge, like next time, do I have to label it? Like, don't touch Dad's food. Like,
This is
I mean,
gross food. Yeah.
well, I appreciate the hunger. I appreciate the appetite, the fact that they actually want to eat good food and everything else. But like, I don't know. My food is my food. It's pretty sacred. If it's a leftover, anything else is fair game.
Sure.
But if I bring it home and I paid for it, and I'm just like, oh man, it's something I really like, but I only ate a portion of it because trying to slim down, and you take my other half of it. That was like my dream food. Oh, get out.
You're
Just get out.
fired.
Right? Yeah, you stay outside for the night. Yeah. Pretty freaking crazy, right? But yeah, I feel
No,
like there's
that
an
is
argument about
funny.
that every week. Hey, did you eat the last? Yeah. Oh, but I want, okay. We can go to the store and get more. It's okay.
Yeah.
It is gonna be okay.
It is gonna be okay.
Everything's gonna be okay.
What about like younger kids and they hear everything and they repeat
Ooh.
everything?
Oh yeah.
Like they repeat things that they didn't even know that adults don't even know they were paying attention to, or they repeat it back like a year later and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, you were listening?
You were listening to
When
that?
did you hear that? Oh, you said that back 3 years ago, 2 nights, and 15
Yes.
minutes ago. Like, well,
Yes.
yeah, they're little elephants. Is there a specific example that you have, Doc J? Something that's been
No, it was
brought up, or
just
something that you've seen, or?
no, I didn't know if you had anything like that.
I do. It's funny because a lot of the stories related to that
Yeah.
are typically around a holiday, birthdays, or
Oh.
hey, we were at the store. Remember you said you would get this, or remember you said we'd do this. That stuff is like years later. Like I think it was, I don't know, maybe it was like earlier in the year. I remember my daughter said something about can't remember what it was. I think it was going to an arcade or doing something. It was doing something. I can't remember exactly what it was. But she's like, "Hey, remember when you said this?" And I was like, no." I mean, I'm lucky if I remember my name for the day, but no. She's like, "Well, you said that." I'm like, "When did I say that?" Like, I would remember if it was recently. She's like, "Oh, like I think it was like maybe 3 or 4 years ago." And I'm like, "You were 10. How do you remember that?" "Well, I remember you said it was, and you said we're gonna do this." And I'm like, "Okay, do you still want to?" And it was something. I remember it was something more childish, something not like teenager-ish or something that she wanted to do. And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, fine. Do you want to do it?" She's like, "Well, no. I just wanted to remind you." And I'm like, "Okay, in case you regress in age, and then you go back to 10, and then we end up like, I don't understand what you're doing." I'm like, "What would you like to do instead?" And she, it was more
Yeah.
like, "Let's go shopping. Let's do this." I was like, "Oh man,
Yeah.
that other thing
Too
would have
funny.
saved me a lot of money." But yeah, I've had that happen. It always comes back to you. They remember everything, but to that point though, you ask them to remember their simple thing like, "Hey, did you bring your wallet? Hey, do you have your
Right?
keys? Hey, do you have this?" "No, I left it at home." "Really? But yet you're gonna give me crap for something I mentioned 10 years ago? Come on,
Yep.
really?"
Yeah.
It's pretty freaking crazy.
It
Memory
is,
of an
isn't
elephant.
it?
Oh, it's
Memory
insane. Yeah.
of an elephant.
So I got another listener story. If you'd like, we can go back to the grocery store because it seems to
Yeah,
be kind of a
let's
common
go
theme.
back.
This one is about a grocery store meltdown. So this listener wrote in and
Okay.
said, "My 4-year-old wanted a box of dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets, not
Okay.
regular nuggets, not any other kind, but dinosaur-shaped specifically. So apparently, I made the mistake of saying not today.
Oh.
Big mistake, big mistake." So immediately he threw himself onto the floor like a premier soccer player drawing a penalty to go along with the I guess the World Cup or the Cup theme, kicking, screaming, rolling, yelling. "You never let me have anything." And what this parent mentioned is, "Sir, you're 4. You own nothing. I bought you everything you have." But it's fun, and the best part, she said, or he said, is that an older woman walked by and gave me that look. You know the look, like
Aw.
the back in my day, children would have never looked.
Yes. Yes.
"Ma'am, if your children never did this, it's because they were terrified of you." The end. So,
Oh my gosh.
have you ever had anything like that happen where you were in there and they wanted something and then they started screaming at the top of their lungs or pouting or throwing a fit because you just were the worst person ever and you never buy them anything, you never get them anything they want?
Yeah. I go back to that story where I left Emily in the store on the ground having her meltdown, and she finally came out after me, but the lady that came out after her, she, like, congratulated me for not, like, giving in and buying her the toy, and
Bravo.
I was like, "Thank you." Like,
Heck
of
yeah.
course, I wasn't gonna just get in the car and drive away. I mean, that didn't cross my mind ever, but, I knew she would come out, but if I stayed in there, it just would have escalated. But yeah, I think definitely there's those eyes that you get, those side eyes when you have young children in the grocery store or,
Hmm.
other stores like, "Ugh, I can't believe like you can't control them or that they're acting this way. Like, come on. Did you forget what it was like to be a parent? No?
Now, have you ever found yourself doing that to somebody else? Like you've seen that happen and you've seen it unfold. You've seen Mount St. Sarah just going off, and you're like, were you ever that person that looked and was like, I can't believe you let your kid do this, or I can't believe you're
Yeah, I'm not necessarily to the parent, because sometimes you don't know, like, why a child is having a meltdown. Like, there could be
true.
some special needs and that sort of thing. Sometimes I
Right.
just kind of look to see if they need help. But when I do know that there's little a-holes being a-holes, I will stare them down. I will stare the child down like a teacher in the 1920s. Like they get the stare of the
Hmm.
one room schoolhouse.
Ooh,
And they
I like it.
usually are like, what? And then the parents like, oh, you stopped. So yeah, that's what I do in stores.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Yeah.
I've done that stare. I've never been a teacher or anything like that, or in the education system. But well, I was in the education. I was educated, but
You were.
never as a professional. But yeah, I've done the staring down. I actually had a father one time when a kid was melting down and screaming, "I hate you! I this! I that!" And I just kind of looked at the kid like that, kind of
Hmm.
crossed my arms and
Hmm.
just kind of looked at him. And I had the father came back to get the kid, looked at me and goes, "What are you looking at?" I'm like, your kid,
No.
yeah. I'm like, your kid's about to explode over here. It's like little Timmy's either about to throw up or shit himself here because he's just screaming so hard, and
Right.
or
Yeah.
maybe pass out. Like maybe take care of your like. I try not to be that person to judge when people are having that because I know, like you said, that you never know what's going on. Something could be
Sure.
happening, or maybe just people are just bad parents or the kids are just possessed. I don't know. But I try not to be that person. But that was a time where it's just like as soon as they start yelling about like I hate you and I this and I that, like I thankfully my kids never did that part of it. But I couldn't even imagine the embarrassment. But yeah, the guy was like, "What are you looking at?" I'm like, "Your kid is having a absolute shit fit over here, and you're just like casually walking up, going, let's go back to the toy section.' No, we're not doing that. Yeah,
Oh
we're
my
leaving."
gosh.
Yeah, I've had a time. I think it was when my son was younger. He was really young, and I can't remember what age, but I remember he melted down in a store like that. And
Okay.
I was like, let's go. We're going. Like, I had a full cart of groceries. I brought it up to one of the workers. I'm like, I apologize about this, but I'm like, we got to go. And they looked at me like, and my son was just crying, and I was like dragging. I'm like, let's go. We're out of here. We're done. Not doing it. And he kicked and screamed the whole way home. He was like, "Can we go back in the store? I'll be good. I'll do this." And I was like, "No." I was mortified. People were
Yeah.
looking,
Yeah.
people were giving me the side eye, the front eye, the back eye. I was so embarrassed. And I was just like, let's go. Let's go. And I remember carrying my daughter and I'm like, let's go. Let's go. And yeah, the whole way home. Can we go back in? I want to go back to do this. I'm like, you don't deserve that. And we talked about it
Hmm.
later and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That is, yeah. No, I've had a couple of those moments too.
Yeah.
Um, and you get through them, but you gotta get
It's
through them.
it's trying. Like we said, it's like the Hunger Games, right?
Oh,
You're the last
yeah.
one to survive, the last one out wins.
Mhm. For sure. All right, so we've survived childhood pretty
Hmm.
much. Now we're in the teenagehood, but would you rather have toddlers that have drank a bunch of espresso or
Mm.
teenagers that have no Wi-Fi?
Ooh.
It's a hard one.
For for me, I'd say toddlers with espresso because at least I can go to the park or something like that and tire them
Mhm.
out. We can go out and
Yep.
play, like they're wired for sound. But because teenagers with no Wi-Fi, that's when you have to hear the, I'm so bored. Why doesn't the
Yes.
Wi-Fi work? Why is the
Yeah.
internet like I remember before I had faster internet, which is good. Um,
You don't
Kids would
disappear
complain.
anymore.
I know, right? I'm not like it and free. But the kids would complain all the time, like, "Dad, the internet's bad." Okay, you want me to go climb up a tower and try and figure it out, or? But yeah, I don't think like I can't handle that kind of stuff because it's like I can't do anything about that. There's nothing I can do about it. Like find
Yeah.
a hobby. Whereas kids, I feel like toddlers can find something to do. right?
Yeah.
Dig in the mud, go play in the yard, go on the trampoline, like so many different
Play in the
things they can do.
street. What?
What about
Yeah.
you? Yeah, play in traffic, go get in an
I'm the
unmarked van.
same, toddlers with espresso, because
Let's go.
you can
And yeah,
get
all the way
so
home. Can we
much,
go back? Yeah,
done.
play. Yeah. No, not to mention they might give you a sip too. And espresso's pretty
Right?
freaking delicious. So
It is. It's espresso.
espresso,
That like French, yeah. Yeah.
espresso. Hell yeah.
Espresso. Yeah, I was just curious about that. We have
Yeah.
some comments over here in the chat.
Ooh.
It looks like Catherine is sharing with us kind of an opposite direction, that her and her husband watched a dad teach his son how to fill his can with oil mixture, and or the gas can. Yeah, his gas can.
Okay.
Complimented dad on taking the time to teach and talk his son through the process. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean,
That is awesome.
we don't spend enough time patting each other on the back, because parenting, or taking care of children in general, it's hard. It's hard work, and
Yeah.
we navigate it with all the other responsibilities on our plates: work, houses,
Right.
relationships, friendship, whatever. And that's really great. I'm glad that you guys got a chance to tell another parent like they're doing a good job, because we
Right.
don't hear that enough as parents.
Well, and so many parents won't take that time to teach their kids stuff.
Yeah.
It's the whole teach by internet, YouTube, Chat GPT, right?
True.
So it's a matter of just showing them how to do it. Like along the same lines, I think one of my proudest moments recently was when I had to teach my son about how to fill up his car with gas.
Oh yeah.
What side,
Okay.
how to know what side the gas tank is on, and and just the little stuff. I was pretty honored to be able to do it. I'll be honest, my first thought in mind was like, I'm surprised he hasn't looked it up online. But then my second
True.
thought was, I'm thankful he didn't look it up, because it gave me an opportunity to spend some time with him and just
Aw.
show him how to fill up his gas tank. And the next time he filled it up by himself, he's like, Dad, I filled up my gas tank by myself. And I mean,
Aw.
everything in you is like, hey, good job there, buddy. Next year flying into the Mars or something, you're getting on that space shuttle. But
Did he get a trophy?
he did. Yes, I gave him our participation trophy. It was like, good job,
Awesome.
good job with your gas, buddy. But no, it's cool moments like that are great to hear, because you're right. We don't. A lot of people don't take the time to help out.
No.
And most people don't take the time to commend somebody on doing something like that. That's
No.
really, really great, and actually teaching them a
No.
life lesson that they need to learn. So
Right.
very cool. Way to bring us to a
That is
serious level,
really-
Catherine. Nice job.
Thank you, Catherine. No, we don't. Yeah, that's a whole other podcast topic about how people don't like to talk to people or look people in the eye in public, because I don't
Right.
know. And anyway,
Yeah.
yeah,
We
we got I digress on that one. We have so much more we could talk about, but we're kind of running out of time here. Do you have anything else to share? Anything else you want to climb on a soapbox about?
Climb on a soapbox about. It's a good question. I got to think here for a moment. Do you want to think about? That's tough. There's so many things to. I guess my only thing about the one thing about kids
Yeah.
that I will say get on a soapbox about is, and I don't know about you guys, but just emptying the freaking garbage.
Oh, yes.
Like this just hit me today. Like my kids are over at my ex's tonight, visiting with their mom and family and stuff like that, which is totally cool. But I go to their bathroom and their garbage can is overflowing. And I'm like, I send a text to say, hey, when you're back, you're emptying the garbage here. Or the kitchen garbage. Where the kitchen garbage, it's like Tetris. How much crap can we pile up until this, it falls out? That's the only thing. Like I don't understand. If somebody can help me understand that fact of like, because when something fills up for me and it gets too full and I can't put anything else in there, or it starts falling out,
Yeah.
I get frustrated, and I'm like, I'll just take it out, just get it done. Even when we get home from the grocery store, break down boxes for recycling, got to get them out to the recycling right away. I hate them sitting around, but for some reason, kids just are like, throw it in there, it's overflowing, duh, okay, and then they're on to the next thing. Like, I don't understand.
It's I get that because the girls will do the same thing and then there'll be like stuff next to the garbage can. And it's like,
Right?
if it didn't fit, then take the
Yeah. Instead of being like, just drop it on the side. Nobody will notice. Or they drop it behind the garbage can.
yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
like, this is how we get ants, kids.
Yes.
This is not a good
Yes.
thing.
I just, yeah, those are things that I don't understand. I don't have an answer for you. We could probably do a whole study on it.
Probably.
But yeah, if anybody has an answer for that and you're watching the recording of this, please write it in the comments.
Help
We read
me.
we read those comments, and we appreciate everyone that comes on live, and we also
Yes.
appreciate all of you who watch the recordings on our YouTube channel. Which brings me to, we have a page now.
Woohoo!
So I just put it in the chat, and this is going to take you to all our socials, directly to our YouTube channel that has all of our shows on, and a quick link to our email. Email us. We want to hear from you.
And do us a favor and subscribe. Subscribe
Yes.
to the podcast, subscribe to the channels. Just helps us out just to get the word out there a bit more, and pass it on to your friends. So Doc J took the time to create this sweet landing page for all of our socials so you can find everything in one spot. Please go. Please subscribe so we know who's out there watching. We're finding out on the back end of things that a lot of people are watching after the fact, which is fantastic. We understand that people have busy lives. They don't have time to watch, live on the show and stuff like that, but they're watching it on the back end, and we're hearing from people, even in stores and other places. People are like, hey, I saw you on a podcast. And you're like, what?
What?
But if you can, please sign up. Please subscribe. So this way you can get all the latest news, latest information. We got some really exciting things that are happening with the podcast and just with the future stuff that we're not going to unveil just yet. But
not yet.
Sorry, Doc J. Too excited about what you created. Just want to make sure we get the word out there and get people to subscribe. Hit that button. We promise we will not spam you. You will not get junk. You will not get crap and stuff like that from us. It will be about the podcast or things that are, that we think that you will really value. So,
and this is what it looks like.
Oh, look at that. Sharing the screen.
Yeah. So hit it up, join, like, email us. We want to hear from you.
And follow along. Exciting stuff coming up, folks. We appreciate you joining in. Doc J, do you want to talk about what we're talking about next week, or you want me to talk about it?
Yeah. Let's see here. We are going to, and Catherine, you want to show up for this one. We're going to go a little bit more serious. And we're doing a Would You Rather, Why So Serious edition. So,
yes,
if you have any serious Would You Rather, email us your ideas, thoughts, and we will see you for podcast number 18 next week.
We're almost at 20. Yes, join us next week.
Can't wait till 100.
Heck yeah, it's going to be something really special. So, but click the link, like us, subscribe, pass it on to your friends, family, any kind of prison pen pals, whatever you got, we'll take it. Until next time, folks. We'll see you in the funny pages.
Life doesn't come with a script, and that's what makes it interesting. Real life, real laughs, real awkward. This might get awkward.
Good night, Jennifer. Bye, Catherine. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.